So let's jump into the next magic segment for entertainers. So this next one is an old classic of mine. I used to keep in my wallet all the time. It's a classic. Just like Colossal Killer by Kent Nepper. Anyways, that you know, Colossal Killer is another one that we're gonna go along with. So let's see. I have a couple cards here. How did I do this trick? Oh my gosh, I'm blank. Okay, I remember. Okay, I'm going to edit that. Cut. Okay. All right. So we got a couple cards. So I have a spectator. Just simply think of one. Yeah, I can actually be free in this one. So I just have a spectator think of a card, and they can really think of any one. So I'll show it to the audience. Hopefully it's perfectly in frame, so everyone can think of one or mention one. Actually, in this case, you could actually just mention one. They name one, and let's say for, there we go. It has nothing, that had nothing to do with the trick. It's just because I like the ace in the center. Just because too many people named the ace. So let's say people try to be different, try to not be judgmental with the cards, and they chose the 5 of spades. Sounds good. We stick it out, and we say to the spectator, you know what? That's kind of funny that you happen to mention the 5 of spades. Because it's the only blue card amongst all the red cards. Kind of odd. I would find it kind of odd. Anyways, like you could have chosen the 8, the ace, the 7, the 2, but you happen to choose the 5 of spades, which is kind of interesting. But you know what's really gets me every time, and I never understand? If you get this 5 of spades and you shake it over all the red cards, do you know what happens? They all turn blue. Just like that. Thank you. It fries everyone, or the audiences I work with. They're freaking out. And then there you go. That is Packzet trick. And then for all the crazy hecklers like, okay, now change to red. I want to see red. Well, you can always just do this, which will cover an explanation. There we go. Now I want blue. Okay then. You are crazy. Okay. Anyways, that's Packzet trick. Okay. Let's hop into it now. Okay. So it doesn't have to be very specific. We want random cards. It's a total of 6 cards. We're using discrepancy, and people throughout this trick, surprisingly, for the many times that I've performed this, always assume, and by the way, this is just timer. They always assume that there's only 5 cards throughout this performance, even though there's 6. So these 6 cards, one is blue, or red, whichever you want to go with, doesn't matter. Let's just go with the context of 1 red card, a bunch of blue cards. And so there's, you know, Jack of Spades, 8 of Hearts, 5 of Spades, Ace of Diamonds, 7 of Clubs, 2 of Diamonds. And the rest are just blue. No gaffes, nothing fun. And it can really be any 5 cards. You just want them to be alternating, so it's not like it's all red cards and 1 black card, so it seems like that's part of the trick or anything. You want to be inclusive. Because life is supposed to be inclusive. We love everyone. Aww. So, with all that said, there you go. Include an ace, include a royal card, and then there you go. You got an all inclusion. So that's, again, I'll show it one last time so you can see it. You can pause the video here, and there you go. So you can just spread the card. You just take it on your pocket. Don't flash the backs necessarily from the beginning. Just spread. Just do a fan. Make them new so they're easier to fan. Or you can use, I actually created this trick originally with junk cards. I had all these extra junk cards after they're worn out, and I said, what can I do with these? And actually this trick was inspired because of junk cards. And I know people are going to say, well, that kind of looks like Shutagawa's routine. He did with shapes and colors changing, but there's so many differences. They're similar, I noticed that. Shutagawa had one, but you'll notice differences right away. So we got this. So now we have first a spectator, we spread it out, and we have them name one. They can name anyone out you like. And it's funny, you say name one and they say out loud, and it's kind of a hilarious dynamic. Yes, out loud, okay. So usually people choose the ace. They choose the ace. Don't judge them. You can ask them if they want to change their mind, and they go for it. Now, before I even continue further, I have to mention the alternate scenario where this trick will actually fool magicians. That will fool themselves. You're gonna be laughing. This is just funny as hell. So I do this trick specifically for magicians. If there's a magician around, I'll do this trick specifically so they'll fool themselves with it. And you'll see right now, it's the alternate scenario. So I do this trick in front of them. I sit them down. So I got a special trick for you. I pull out these cards. I say, name it one you like, any one, free choice. And I go, free choice. They always, for some reason, they just want to screw with you. Always choose the bottom one. And that makes it so easy and so evil. They always choose the bottom one every time. So the performance changes. I'll cover this scenario before I cover the normal trick. They choose the bottom. You sure? They go, oh hell yeah, they want to screw with you. Free choice? Yeah. So then you take the top 3 cards, you put below, square it on up, and you say, you could have named the 5, you could have named the 8, you deal the jack right here, you could name the 2, you could name the 7, you could have named the ace. And this is one of the times where this is the only time where I can actually not use discrepancy. I can be honest that there's 6 cards. The only time. You could name any of these other cards. Don't cover this one yet. This is the red one from the bottom. So they chose the odd back card. So you could name any of these other cards, but you happen to choose that jack of spades. And it's only red card amongst all the blue ones. Works. And I piss them off every time with this. Works every time. And I smile and I just walk away. And I say, no, you're doing that again. It just pisses them off. Like they felt duped. They felt duped that they walked right into the trap. They walked right into the trap. They walked in there. They put themselves in a trap. They're like, no, that couldn't have happened. No, I did see these. And then they see the cards. They look at them. They try to rip at them, and they're like, no, there's no way. Wait, do it again. They scream at you. And I smile and do not do it again. Just for the love of God, do not do it again. And just walk away. Oh, I love pissing them off. Okay, it's not that hard to fool a magician. Just okay. All right, at least it's not that. You guys see the reactions. They curse every believable word. They just rage. They're odd people. This was at the Magic Castle too. I was doing this. All right, so they don't even have to be in order. They just this card is on bottom. Okay, and color coordinate. So we got that. So now they name a normal card. Let's say they choose the 2 of diamonds. Okay. You now have the jack, the odd color one. You don't flash that. You don't want to flash the situation. Take off the 2, pull it out, leave it sticking out, and you mention just it's tongue in cheek. Wow, that's interesting. You chose the 2 of diamonds, the blue one amongst the red ones. And I'm not a liar. I try to remove. This is like one of the only times I'll ever lie in my performances because you have to do it for this effect. There's no way to get around it unless you remove that presentation or alter it. I just have an altered presentation, so it's one of my few lies I'll ever tell. This is the blue one amongst all the red ones. That's creating a presumption. Okay? And it hurts me because I'm not a liar. And I'm an entertainer. How's that work? Okay. So then from here we push it in, out jogging it sideways. Use your pinky, push up, so you can get it here or whatever, and square it up so you got a break below the bottom card. Now we're going to do a new sleight that I've never seen it before. I just created it, and I just created it for this trick because I didn't know what I was doing. Yeah. Anyways, so we're going to pull off. So we have the break underneath the bottom card. We're going to use our thumb to pull off the top card, and then we're going to square it as 1, so it looks like 1 card even though it's 2. So we're going to pull off the top card, pull off the bottom one, and then we're going to relax and let it square as 1, and then we're going to turn over and flash it. You could have chosen the 8, and this is where the discrepancy comes in, and everyone forgets that there's 6 cards, and they accept that there's only 5. So again, break underneath the bottom, use your thumb, middle finger and thumb right here. We pull off the top card as we turn it over, flash it as 1, and say you could have chosen the 8. Use your thumb, pull off the next 5. It's like a frustration count. It's a halo. I call it the halo frustration count. So pull off the next one. There we go. It might already be invented, so I'm not going to try to claim credit for it necessarily. It's like a Halo frustration count-ish. Okay, flash again, and then when you come to the 2 diamonds, turn it over. So again, I'll go back over it. We have it right here. Okay, we show it, push it out, get a break, square it up, and then we pull off. You could have chosen the ace, you could have chosen the 7, 5, 8, and because you're just relaxing and just going with it, no one cares. They assume they're all the same back, even though you're almost on the front. And there you go, covering those guys. And then you just relax and say, but you chose the 2. You can flick it if you want. Flick it from the back using your middle finger. There you go. Cool. Trick's over. They're like, oh, okay, maybe I was lucky. Whatever. They just consider it lucky. Turn it over, and I tend to keep it. When I turn it over, I tend to keep it a little bit more towards the angles towards me because I don't want to accidentally pull up and do this. That'd be bad. So square it on up, and as you grab the card, you can use the misdirection to get a little pinky break below the top card, the red card. Forefinger covers the any point of flash right here, so it covers it right there. So you're all Gucci. You're basically angle proof. It's basically angle proof. Okay, so we got the 2 diamonds. We place it on top. And by the way, this is a pirouette flourish. I'm addicted to doing this. It's just Dan and Dave, thank you. This is addicting. I'm addicted. So we get the 2, and then we put it on top. And you say, if I get this 2, and I place it, and I give it a little shake on top of all the red cards, do you know what happens? And you can use your forefinger right here to keep it low so they don't see the ending yet. So you can give a little shake. So again, break below top card, put the 2 on top. Do you know what happens? Middle finger right here, forefinger right here, thumb back. Do you know what happens when I give the cards a shake? And they go, no. Now, from this point, we take the card, middle finger, thumb, forefinger right here, give it a little squeeze, and by giving a squeeze, it's like the invisible palm aces effect, so you can drop it and the double stays. It's a double, you drop it and double and just stays, which is cool. And you do it a couple times in practice in the mirror and you realize, wow, it does stay. Just don't bend it too much, otherwise it'll break, but you just find it and you just do it. I do it all the time. Great. So you do the first one, top one's double, so they all turn blue. There you go. Thank you. And you can use the other cards to cover up the double in case there's a small flash. You can do it quick and cover up, and so you can get a general covering so you don't have to worry. And then you go, thank you. And then people appreciate it. Amazing. And then the cleanup, people are scared about the cleanup because they're like, if you try to normally grab it, you'll be flashing the red card. That's bad. So what you do is just come from the front, 4 fingers right here, thumb on center of top, and just grab it up and just like pop, pop, square up, you're done. But wait, you're not done, magician man. I want to see him turn red again. Top card to bottom, spin, make him happy. Frustration counts. Ooh, you're amazing, but I don't want him red, I want him blue. There's something wrong with you, and that rhymed. That rhymed. You happy? No, you'll never be happy. And that's a personal problem. God damn it. I broke myself.
It's great though.
My God, it's true.
It's great.
It's so true though.
Keep it in there, don't edit it.
Oh my God. I think I'm gonna cry, man. These are just life facts. Okay, that's segment number 2 done. Let's get to the ending credit. Thank you.
Oh God, you gotta keep it in there.
Oh God.
That's